Hey everyone, what's up? It's Yigal, and we're here doing another Facebook Live just to be able to teach you some more stuff, share with you some things about leadership. This video is called 4 Keys to Lead. So we're going to talk about leadership and the 4 things you have to do within leadership to make sure that you have an incredible company, your culture is growing, and you become the best leader that you can be. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes and allow for people to jump in. Hopefully they can. If you can hear me, let me know. If you're on this, I know I go live at different times. So if you're here, say hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, that way we can continue and I can share this information with you about the 4 keys to lead. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Hopefully you can hear me and we'll get going. So I believe in what I teach in the master classes. Under leadership, I teach you 4 keys, right? These are 4 things that are super important for you to be able to be a better leader, in order to grow your culture, in order for you to hire the best type of people, in order for your staff to love working for you and love being at your shop and not turnover. And obviously we know that turnover costs a lot of money. And so today's lesson is going to be about how to stop the turnover, how to increase your leadership and your culture. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first key, all right, which is clarity, right? So it's important as a leader to have clarity. And what that means is to know exactly what's happening in your life, in your relationships, and in your business, and to be as honest as possible. You see, when I started this whole journey of the Pawn leaders and doing leadership development, I asked myself, what's not working? So many times people say, hey, how's everything going? And you say, everything's going fine, right? Or how's business? Business is good. What if I was to ask you what's not working? And that's where clarity comes in. You've got to have clarity on what's not working in your life, what's not working in your relationship, and what's not working in your business. And why in your life and your relationship and not just in your business? That's because leadership isn't just in business, right? Leadership is in your life and it's in your relationships. And if those 2 areas aren't working, then you're not going to make as much money at work. You're not going to lead the way you need to lead at work. So we've got to also work on life and relationship. So that's the first thing in leadership. If you're watching, say hello, hit the like button, share the video, and also let me know if you can hear me. Super important. So when we talk about leadership, obviously I gave a speech at the MPA, and there's 10 things in leadership, but we're going to talk about 4 at the moment, which I think are very, very crucial. And these keys are something that you can implement as soon as possible after you get off this call. So again, first thing is clarity. Ask yourself, what's not working in my life, in my relationships, and in my business? And obviously, what's important to know that what's not working today, it's okay. We can solve that issue, and that's the next step, right? You've got to be able to say, what is it that I want? And so many times I ask pawnbrokers, what is it that you want? And they have no idea. I ask people, what is it that you want in your life? Hey, Chris, what is it that you want in your life? And they're like, I don't know. Or what is it that you want in your relationship? I have no idea. And that's where clarity comes in, right? As a leader, you need to be clear. You've got to know exactly what's happening with you first before you can lead a team, before you can lead a culture, before you can lead a business. So if you don't work on you as a person, then everything else doesn't work out, right? I have a saying that is leading. Oh, you guys can hear me, right? Perfect. Okay. So I have a saying, sorry about that, that basically says that leading with baggage is misleading. And what that means is if you're leading with issues that you have in your life, issues in relationships, then you're going to lead with baggage, and that's not fair to your staff, right? So first key, clarity. Make sure you get that done. Kind of just think about that, right? So the second key is culture. You've got to learn how to build the culture within and also the culture for your customers. Right? There's 2 types of culture when it comes to a brick and mortar store or any type of business. And that is the culture within your company, the culture that you have with your staff, with your team, and also the culture that you have with your clients and customers. And that's extremely important to build, right? If you don't have a good culture, you're going to have lots of turnover, people who are not happy. You're going to have staff that isn't working to the optimal level, and it's just not going to be good for business. A better culture that you have, right? The better culture that you have, the more money you're going to make, the better that they're going to serve their clients. What's up, Trevor? Good to see you here, man. Trevor learned all about this in the masterclass. He was in the masterclass, and we went through all these steps. So great to see you, brother. So you've got to have a great culture. And in the pawn industry, culture is fairly new. It's a fairly new word, right? Building a great culture, but it's so important. It's so important that last night I went to a dinner meeting with some friends who are here for a conference, for the Entree Leadership Conference. And there's a coffee shop chain who spent millions of dollars sending 400 employees to learn about culture and leadership, right? They sent their management staff. So how are you investing in your staff? How are you investing in your managers? And most importantly, how are you investing in you in order to learn better leadership, how to have more clarity, and how to have more culture, right? So the third step is condition. And condition is broken up into different parts, right? There's a condition of your store, there's a condition of your body, and there's a condition of your mind. And what do those three things mean, right? Super important to make sure that you've got a good looking location, right? But also it's important how to have good condition of your mind and good condition of your body. You've got to work that out. You can't lead when you're unhealthy. You think you might be leading, but you're really not leading. People are scared, right? So it's really important to have condition down when it comes to leadership. And then the last key, right? And that's consistent. How to be consistent. Because if you're not consistent, the people who are underneath you, your staff, the people who are working for you, your coworkers, will not listen to you, won't look up to you as a leader if you're not consistent. This is one of the biggest issues in the industry that I see today, not just in the pawn industry, in retail and B2B and B2C, whatever type of business that you might be in. This is a huge issue. How many times do you tell your staff, hey, yeah, we'll have a meeting tomorrow, and then you blow them off, or hey, I'm going to get this done, and then you blow it off? How many times do you say, I'm going to make it to the gym, and you don't make it to the gym? Right? How many times do you tell your significant other, hey, I'm going to get this done, and you don't get it done? So being consistent is extremely important. So 4 things to remember when it comes to leadership, right? It's clarity, having clarity, building an incredible culture, condition, and being consistent. And if you really want to dive into this, if you really want to dive into the information on how to have more clarity, right? Using the clarity code, how to build that great culture, how to get the condition of your store, your mind, and your body into its optimal level, and how to be as consistent as possible, check out the pawnleadersmasterclass.com. We're starting next week, May 6th. We still have a couple of spots left in there. If you guys have any questions about leadership, clarity, culture, condition, consistency, go ahead and ask. I'm on here for a couple more minutes, but it's super important, right? In the masterclass, we talk about leadership, we talk about marketing, and we talk about the strategies that you need to implement and what we did and how we grew a multi-million-dollar pawn operation, right? We had 3 locations, we had hundreds of employees, but most importantly, we had an incredible culture. We went from building a business that was stressful, building a business that, we just didn't have together. And then we built a business based on leadership, marketing, and strategy to where we built teams. We built, this incredible culture where we would be able to sleep at night and not be anxious and, what's going on, who's going to be in charge. Can I actually get out of the business? You see, what I want for you guys in the pawn industry is for you not to just work in the business, but to work on it, to be able to grow your business to the point where you can bring on staff so you can go on vacation with your family, so you can go to the gym in the morning or in the afternoon, so that you can enjoy, lunch with your wife or your husband or your significant other. And that's why we build business. We build business not to be enslaved into the business, but in order to leave a legacy for our family, in order to make money to provide for our family. But if we don't learn leadership, marketing, and strategy, and these are the 4 things that I teach in the masterclass, right? If you don't learn these things, then you're essentially enslaved to the business, and growing a team is that much harder. Now, the masterclass does something that I believe is essential. It cuts the learning curve, right? Instead of learning, you can learn this on your own. I'm sure you can read lots of books. You can listen to the podcast. You can do other stuff, but this is going to shorten the time so you succeed much quicker. And who doesn't want to do that? That's more money in your bank account quicker, a better culture quicker, and a better life. So for those of you who have been in the masterclass and are here on this call, thank you guys for taking that leap of faith, jumping in. It was an honor teaching that to you guys. And if you haven't taken it, go ahead and take it. So for those of you just joining in, we talk about the 4 keys that you need in leadership, and that's clarity, right? To have more clarity, how to build an incredible culture. You've got to build a culture within your staff and within your team, as well as with your customers. That's right. You've got to build a culture for them as well, so they enjoy it and they do the marketing for you. The condition of your store, your mind, and your body. And I'll give you kind of a tip, which I share in the masterclass, which is that 33% of entrepreneurs or business leaders are depressed. And above 60% of those abuse some type of substance, alcohol, drugs, in order to deal with that depression. So we've got, some people on this call, and according to that statistic, a third of you have depression, right? So we go over that condition of the mind and how to really have that mindset to win every single day and to get through the hard things in life, which I'm sure all of us have. We all have issues, we all have problems, and we all have speed bumps in life, and this helps out. And then consistency. You've got to be consistent, right? You've got to build that routine, and that's where the Pawn Planner comes in, and that's something I give to you guys in the Pawn Leaders Masterclass. So I believe Charlotte, my assistant, has pinned pawnleadersmasterclass.com. Check it out. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm always here. And remember, tomorrow we have a brand new episode of the podcast. Listen live. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.